The first thing no one told me about buying a drone is that you are buying a tool. Like, a drone is nothing more than a tool to capture footage that you need to use somewhere. Like, and that's the biggest thing is you see all this awesome drone footage, and that's because it's online, it's on YouTube, it's on social media, and then you get your own drone, and the first few flights are just incredible. You're like, oh my God, I can capture this thing. I can capture like a unique viewpoint of all of the awesome places that I visited. And in Australia, we are not short of awesome places to fly a drone. But you will quickly lose interest if you do not have an outlet for that, like for the photos you're taking or for the videos that you're creating. Like, that's the one thing that really keeps me busy and occupied and interested in flying my drone. And it's one thing that really motivates me to take my drone absolutely everywhere I go. And I've got the DJI Mavic Air. I still think it's one of the best drones DJI's ever made. Small, powerful, incredible. But yes, it is a tool above all else. And after the initial kind of excitement fades, you really do need to go and kind of find why you're using it. In the same way that, you buy a screwdriver to screw in holes, you may need to think about where this drone footage is going. Otherwise, it just simply will not be worth it. It will not be worth spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on a drone if the initial excitement quickly dies. And so I bought a drone because I wanted a new sort of a lot of B-roll for my LinkedIn vlog that I was doing, and then I decided social media is horrible and that I should live by my morals and my ethics, and I completely got rid of all social media apart from YouTube, and now I do like to go on Reddit occasionally. But yes, I had an outlet. Every single day I'd fly my drone, and every single day on my daily vlog I had drone footage in it. So do you have an outlet? If you don't have an outlet for the drone footage, it will be an expensive kind of purchase, and that tool will quickly become useless. It will become that weird kind of like single use adapter for a wrench that sits in a garage for ages because you just don't have a use for it. And drones can be exciting, but if you don't have an outlet, if you don't have a use for it, you will quickly just regret your purchase, I think. And that's why a lot of drones, I think, end up on Gumtree and Craigslist and other Facebook Marketplace, because people go, oh, I've bought this drone, I'm getting all of this, like all of these awesome videos and shots, but I have nowhere to put it, and that's kind of demotivating. I've got a new dog here called Millie. We're looking after her, and she's going to bark probably through this entire video. Here she is. Isn't she adorable? We're looking after her for a day. Hi, Millie. The second thing no one told me about flying a drone is that you need to also become a photographer or a videographer, or, you have to, if you're into racing, you have to become a good racer. And so a drone is only one part of kind of a larger reason for buying a drone. A drone allows you to send a camera into the sky. And unless you are a good videographer, unless you are willing to build up the skills in videography or photography, if that's your thing, you will not get the full use out of this tool. And I was actually absolutely amazed about how easy it is to capture amazing footage with these drones, because DJI, in my case, and other manufacturers are just making it so easy to, push a button and get an orbit shot, or push a button and get all these quick shots and follow me mode and all of that stuff. It just is incredible. But the automated features and the things that they sort of program into the drone only go so far. You have to learn about ISO, about f-stops, not so much on a drone because you're capturing wide kind of areas that don't want a blurry background. But you have to learn about like exposure and shutter speed and neutral density filters and all of that stuff that is really in the photography world. So if you really don't like photography and you just find a drone because you think it's cool and there's some cool shots, it is. But that is a very small part of what you need to learn. So getting used to learning a different skill alongside being an awesome drone pilot really is what makes a drone stand out. And I have spent so much time trying to perfect my photography, trying to perfect my videography, getting smooth shots. And one of the best things that I ever learned was from Casey Neistat. Oh, how trite saying that on YouTube. But he was like, my drone, I don't want it to look like a drone shot. I want it to look like a boom or a helicopter shot or something like that. Something that doesn't look like mechanical and robotic like a drone. And that's what I try to do with every single thing that I sort of create, is use this as a tool to perfect my shots, my videography. And now I'm putting up on YouTube, but also, in my vlog, that's what I wanted to do. So yes, you have to learn another skill alongside flying a drone. Flying a drone is actually incredibly easy because all of the sort of fancy technology they've got of GPS stabilization, hover, altitude hold, position hold, like it will just do a lot of the things for you. If you take your hands off the remote control, it just stops midair, and it will even land itself if you tell it to, or if something goes wrong. But flying is a very small part. You have to build up a skill alongside that. And if you don't really like videography or photography, then a lot of the excitement and sort of power of the drone, I think, will be lost on you. Number 3 is all about color grading and editing. Now, this is a huge part of drone sort of footage and capturing those awesome shots, because without the editing, without the extra steps you go to color grade, and a good shot is a good shot, right? But you need to bump that up in editing software. You need to dehaze it. You need to bump up the saturation. You need to choose which colors you want to accentuate. We all go for the orange and teal look because it kind of looks a little bit nicer. So you need to learn how to do that. And choosing an editing suite and software that you're comfortable with also is an expense. Like, I use the Adobe suite, which I really don't like because they've trapped you into a subscription model where every year you pay a certain amount. And also, I was out of internet access and I couldn't access the program Adobe Premiere Pro, because it said could not verify your account because I couldn't connect to the internet because I was on an island in the middle of nowhere. So yes, that is an issue, but I'm looking for alternatives. I think DaVinci Pro is a great one, but Adobe have got you because all their stuff works so well together. Anyway, I digress. But editing and color grading in your preferred software of choice is going to be the one thing that enables you to take great drone footage and turn it into awesome drone footage. The 4th thing is all about rules and regulations, but it's less about like abiding by the rules and regulations. I think in most countries, they are relatively simple, and dare I say it, they're actually relatively reasonable. You don't want people with drones flying a drone over you. So you've got a 30-meter limit, and you can get licenses in Australia to move that to 15 meters and to fly at night and all that sort of stuff. So, I understand them. Sometimes they're a little bit kind of obstructive when I want to get that perfect shot, or I can't fly my drone in a certain area, but I'm like, that would be awesome. But the rules are there for a reason. But here's the toughest rule to abide by, and that's staying away from people. And it's not because you have to be near people, it's because people come to you. I've been in so many situations where I'm like, okay, I'm set up, I'm allowed to fly here, I've checked on Open Sky that I can fly, battery's charged, everything's ready, and I send the drone off, and then it attracts people. It attracts kids, it attracts people, and I'm like, oh no, like, the rule is in Australia that unless the person is helping navigate or pilot the drone in some way, you need their permission to be near them, or they're not allowed to be there. So I'm just always so conscious that I have these people rushing over to me, and then I'm like, oh, I'm flying a drone. They're like, I know, and they want to look at, then you're wasting battery time because you're like showing them the screen, and if they're little kids, I'll let them play with the joystick a little bit, and they can see the drone move. But that is the one big thing. Like, it's a great problem to have. It really has brought people over to me that are like, oh, so, what sort of drone do you have? Is it cool? Can I have a look at the shots? All of that sort of stuff. Kids are just fascinated by them, but it is something that I didn't know, and it is the hardest rule to abide by because people will just come to you when they see you flying a drone, and you're like, this immediately becomes fineable. But oh well, that's one of them. But it is, like I said, it's a great problem to have because it connects people. The 5th thing no one told me about buying a drone is that actually you don't need that much. Like, you need the drone, boom. You need the remote control, boom. you probably need an extra battery because batteries last now, even the Mavic Air thing, 35-40 minutes maximum. The DJI Air, Mavic Air is about, it says 25 minutes, but it's not really. It's only about 17 minutes in real conditions. So I got 2 batteries, and you can buy neutral density filters, you can buy landing pads, you can buy lanyards, you can buy range extenders, you can buy all of these things, but really, I have not really sort of diverted or needed to increase the amount of stuff that I've purchased beyond what I've got, what I've just showed you. Like, there's always a little bit inside you as a gadget freak or tech head that you're like, oh, I need that next best thing. And it's just your kind of, I don't know, it's just marketing. It's just an external thing being like, if you had that, you'll be happier. Like, it's your ego speaking, maybe. Is ego the right word? I don't think so. I don't think it's ego, but it's just that need to desire, like, to accumulate things because you're told that you should get it. But, I don't put neutral density filters often on my drone because I know how to sort of compensate with the settings, and it's absolutely fine, and I've never had much of an issue. Unless I'm doing something in super, super bright environment and like looking into the sun, or I need to get this certain shot, it's not a necessary thing. So you don't need much. You just need probably the extra battery, extra 2 batteries if you're doing long missions or if you're away, and the ability to charge, and that's all you need. The one thing I do love about the Mavic Air is it comes with a case and it's tiny, it fits into my backpack. So yes, you don't need everything that people are telling you to buy. Just get it when you need it. Like, my rule for buying stuff is that if this drone stops doing what I want it to do, I obviously need to upgrade. Or if it becomes annoying to do something that people want or I want to do regularly with this drone, I'll need to upgrade. And I look at that for every other accessory that I buy. Is I have that initial urge to buy it. I think to myself, do I need it? And then I wait 2 weeks, and a lot of the time it's just like an initial pang which dies down after time, and I probably don't need it. A landing pad is probably something that you should buy to protect your drone, but I don't use it often. I want an easy solution to go out into the world with my drone, capture stuff almost instantly without having to set up stuff and connect things and clip and things. I like this because it's boom, turn it on, connected, and you're off. So yeah, you don't need everything people tell you to buy. So there are the 5 things that no one told me about buying a drone. Go check out droneflyingpro.com, where I share loads of information on the blog about, I'm going to sneeze. I share loads of information about drone problems, drone news, drone issues, drone solutions, upgrading your skills. So go check it out because I've spent a lot of time building up that resource, and I think it's absolutely valuable, and I'll be continue to do that over the next couple of years as well. Let me know in the comments what you would add to that list. What didn't you know about buying a drone? What would you add? And actually the last thing is I'm completely happy with this. I don't need to upgrade. What all the marketing people are telling me about the improved sensor, and yeah, it's great, but I don't need that at the moment. Maybe one day I will, and that's when I'll upgrade. But yeah, get a drone, enjoy it, and happy drone flying. I shall see you in the next video.